tanks and rescue vehicles and...
Was there a wreck? I mean, there was a vehicle in the middle lane and there was maybe a vehicle across the street on this side, but I couldn't tell.
I wonder if that's what the sirens
It
was.
must have been. Couldn't tell if there was damage. Road work over there. Road work.
Off in cabins that may not be familiar with this sort of weather, right? And not able to watch. A lot of those homes have satellite. You know, those things typically go out in weather like this. So that I'm trying to get the sheriff on the phone to see if maybe they're taking that as a concern. A lot of people vacationing in that Broken Bow area, exactly where that storm seems to be tracking as we speak out of Red River.
Yeah, and a concern here is that we aren't picking up debris now here on radar north of Clarksville. Weather Service is noting that as that. As well, potential tornado crossing Route 37 north of Clarksville. So this just popped up.
How does the debris show up?
Or at least something that has recently touched down here outside of Clarksville, Texas. This is going to be crossing Texas Highway 37. And as Doug was mentioning, this storm is on target to move into McCurtain County, Oklahoma. So based on this, we may see that
looks like it.
extended into McCurtain County as well. But again, here, Red River County, if you're north of Clarksville, likely tornado on the ground crossing US 37. You need to be in your tornado shelter at this time. Austin, there's
those were the updates I was going to bring you.
Alrighty. Let's switch this back over to the wind velocity. That gives us a better idea of where this is, and you can see it right here approaching Highway 37. This is a fairly strong signature here. Likely the tornado, let's zoom in a little closer. This is potentially a strong tornado. What happens here, once the winds get to a certain level, the colors swap. So I think we do have a strong tornado likely here north of Clarksville, getting ready to cross Texas 37. Austin, extending the green down here. Let's zoom in a little tighter and see what pops up here road-wise. Not really seeing anything. Again, Texas Highway 37. Let's go ahead and zoom back out. What the radar will do sometimes is when the winds get strong enough, the color table will flip because it ends up off the scale. And I think that's what we have going on here. So we're still seeing the same thing. The pinks are blowing away, but we've gone off the scale here on the toward. So circulation showing up. Wow. Right here, just northwest of Clarksville, heading towards across Texas Highway 37. And we know that because if we flip it over to the debris tracker, we are seeing that this strong rotational signature coincident with this. This is the radar product that shows us debris. And the way the radar detects that is it can tell the size of objects. It can tell what's a raindrop. It can tell if something is larger than that, like tree branches or pieces of houses or buildings. And the radar detects that. So this is coincident with that rotational signature. So we do have a tornado on the ground here in north Clarksville, Red River County, along Texas Highway 37. It is getting ready to go across there.
And if you needed any more evidence of just how powerful that storm is, just got off the phone with Red River County Sheriff's Office again. Again, they're very scrambled. They've got people trapped in that when that same tornado touched down in Deport. Home, she says, wiped off the slab. They've got people trapped in another home, so they've got significant issues there in that Deport area. If you take that track back southeast to where it stands right now.
Yeah, Austin.
And if you have a way to get to twitter.com/AustinEvansWX, I just retweeted a picture of the tornado west of Clarksville. Someone was able to take a picture of it. It is a large and violent tornado. That tornado now north and northwest of Clarksville, about to pass over Texas Highway 37 there, north of 82. A large and violent tornado, according to that picture and according to the information that we are getting.
Cass County, headed into Bowie County. Let's go ahead and expand the view a little
But
bit,
not
Austin.
us.
And I want to track this out.
Cass
This is
County,
likely
but
going to
not
pass
us.
just west of Marietta.
We're in
But
Cass
it is going to
County.
be headed into Bowie
Where?
County. So I need
Over,
you, if
over.
you're east of DeKalb, Texas, to near New Boston, you need to be headed to your tornado shelter. Again, confirmed tornado on the ground near Naples, Texas.
Ah!
This will be moving just west of Marietta here in the next few minutes into the New Boston area by 7:38. If you are in on the ground here, coming across Texas Highway 8, north of New Boston, this is going to be crossing the Red River. Texas Highway 8 turns
Jeff.
into Arkansas Highway 3.
Jeff, tell us something.
So if you're along,
Jeff,
you need to be in your
we
shelter.
just got a tornado warning. Where is it?
As I say, between Foreman and Ashdown, probably going to pass.
Wow, we get one if there's not one.
Arden, Arkansas.
It just says watch on the TV.
Shelter. If you are in Wilton, Arkansas, you need to be headed to your shelter.
Jeff, are they lying to us?
The possibility that this tornado will stay on the ground as it crosses
Oh, now it says
from
warning.
Texas into Little River County here in southwest Arkansas.
But where?
You continue to get damage reports coming on in.
Where?
Probably be a little bit slow to arrive given the fact that it is dark out. But multiple tornadoes have touched down here in the Arklatex, perhaps significant, as what we're hearing from some of the damage reports that are coming in thus far. So if you're here in Little River County, you need to be headed to your shelter, particularly around Arden, Arkansas. So let's go in and get an update on our storm here in Cass County. We'll take a look at the one in Cass County.
That's us.
Tornado warning does continue here. Likely the most significant circulation is close to, I believe, Lone Star outside of East Springs. There's your rotation showing up between Dangerfield and Avinger. Lone Star right here.
That look
So
like
this
that'll
is
miss us.
circulation
Right.
moving into Cass County now.
Right.
So toward the Avinger, probably a little south of Marietta. You are over here.
See, we need to be on the map. I can't tell where we are.
Most direct path, but certainly north of Linden, Texas. This is where we're going to see the most significant part of the storm pass on through. So tornado warning does continue here through this part.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm looking. I'm looking. It's Inception. Oh, been going on for a long time, haven't they? They saying anything on TV?
potential. These storms back towards Longview and West Tyler, at least right now, no severe weather warnings associated with those, but storms that are outside of Nacogdoches, moving into parts of Nacogdoches County and also Rupp County in Texas, tornado warnings associated with those storms. So we still have this, not really a solid line yet, but some sort of line trying to form that is going to be working its way eastward into the Arklatex in the coming hours. We'll take a closer look at these in just a second. I want to break down the watch again. So I know there's a lot of you who are maybe live in northwest Louisiana and you're like, well, there's nothing going on here. Well, just kind of bide your time. Tornado watch is until midnight. These storms, as they continue to progress out of Texas and into northwest Louisiana and other areas of southwest Arkansas, including Texarkana points eastward, the environment and the atmosphere is still going to be favorable to produce some additional severe weather. So that watch at least goes until midnight. We'll have to wait and see if it's extended for any areas to the east of there. Natchitoches Parish, Red River Parish, Bienville, Claiborne Parish, not included in that current watch, but possible, depending on how these storms evolve through the rest of this evening. We could see the watch extended maybe a little bit more to the east before the night is out. But for now, the greatest threat of severe weather, parts of southwest Arkansas, north of I-30, pretty much all of northeast Texas, north of I-20, under the threat of severe weather. And we're starting to see some areas south of I-20 with the threat for severe weather beginning to move on in as well. I've got Austin back at the controls, so let's go back and pop up the radar and take a closer look inside of some of these storms and see what things are doing. Here's the wide view. Again, we've got kind of this line of storms still trying to form. The most intense storms are at the leading edge of the line. These are the ones that have been prompting the tornado warnings across the area, and that may persist for a little while longer. We're going to start you, though, up north. We'll zoom in a little closer here into Little River County in Arkansas.
State Highway 8 and 77, Marietta, is in the warning here in Cass County.
Put us on the map.
Signature coming out of Cass County, south of Marietta.
Yeah,
Where are we? In between
right
Domino and
Douglasville.
Atlanta.
Maybe not
Somewhere
quite
here.
showing up yet.
So
but
we'd
next
kinda
update
be in
comes
it,
out on
huh?
this, we'll likely see that. But strong rotation showing up there southwest of Douglasville. So Douglasville, it appears that another tornado is touching down with this storm. I need you to be in your shelter. This is tracking in your direction. Also, let's put it back on the wind
Why you got no
velocity.
shelter?
What do we do? And we not on a low level?
Showing up southwest of Douglasville in this general area where you have a
Oh,
bunch
look,
of
I don't
pink
like
and
it.
red. But let's track it through Douglasville. And Texarkana will watch this for you. Not officially a warning for you yet.
Okay,
But Douglasville,
we're not-
808, about 10-15 minutes from now. If you're in Maud, this will be
We're
coming
not
through
in
by
that.
8:17, Redwater by 8:24. Just the first alert. If you are in
Texarkana.
Texarkana and this storm continues to maintain its structure and intensity, this would be arriving in just under an hour, about 50 or so minutes from now, into parts of Texarkana. Again, the storm right now is in Cass County. It has gotten stronger. We are getting reports now and indications on radar of debris showing up. Yes, I'm seeing that now, southwest of Douglasville.
I'm also seeing it on my radar, just not ours yet.
Yeah, it'll
Not
be there,
updated
but
yet.
it's definitely there. When we get the next update, it will be obvious where it is. So another tornado touching down southwest of Douglasville. It is producing some debris. So Douglasville, you need to be in your shelter as this storm is tracking in your direction, and it will be there within about the next 10 minutes or so. And then Texarkana, we are watching very closely for you to see if this storm holds together and makes it into your area before it's all said and done. Let's put it back on the wind velocity again, and want to just focus in a little closer here. Let's zoom in a little tighter. Again, this could be sometimes when you get the wild looking colors together, an indication that the radar is kind of having to flip the scale a little bit just to the intensity of what is coming on through. But we're seeing that circulation in the vicinity of FM, it's like 1399, Farm to Market Road 130, in this part of Cass County, just southwest of Douglasville, tracking towards Douglasville. So again, Douglasville, it appears another tornado developing and touching down here in western Cass County. You need to be headed to your tornado shelter at this time if you are not already there. And again, a reminder, if you lose power, we're still streaming on our news and weather app so you can pick up our coverage there as well, in case you're not able to see us on your television.
We can't stream you.
Just continue to get some tornado updates here on the warnings that we have around the Arklatex and just outside of the Arklatex as well.
I think maybe we're safe.
Let's go back to, let's see if that debris tracker still don't think it's updated, although probably right here. I think this is maybe the very beginning of the debris signature southwest of Douglasville. So again, it is tracking in that direction, so you need to be headed to your shelter.
There's Falcon in the bottom.
If you're in Texarkana, Red Lick, Hooks,
They're not in it.
go to your tornado
Domino,
safe place immediately.
Texarkana.
And if you
Falcon's
have-
right above the
fit in
KSL
carriers, put them
News
in
12
carriers
logo.
as well, and because if something does happen, we don't want cats, dogs, what have you.
Okay, where we at?
scurrying
Bring us
right
back.
away,
I want to see us.
because they'll often run
Where
away.
are we?
So, just
Come
to
on.
know that.
I saw us for a
Yeah,
second.
often, I mean, as I'm
I just
looking
want
at
a
this, I
mere
think
second of us.
there's a low likelihood that the tornado is developing here. If anything,
Jeff?
there's probably some strong straight line wind gusts
15 minutes.
that are coming
We're
on
down here
in
somewhere.
Texarkana. So tornado threat, yes, tornado
Come
warning is
on,
out.
bring us back,
Again, I
Jeff.
believe it was extended just because of the history of this storm and what some of these other storms have done. However, I'm not seeing anything on radar here that jumps out at me and says we have a tornado coming into Texarkana. May have some strong wind gusts. That's certainly a possibility. This is a strong storm. Most likely something coming on
Texarkana.
in.
Texar.
But again, as
Texarkana.
far as the threat for a tornado at the moment, I do want to stress that I'm just not seeing that in the data. But still, the err on the side of caution. Go ahead and seek shelter from, again, the possibility that we do perhaps have at least some strong wind gusts coming into Texarkana. And of course, that can certainly do some damage as well. The storm in Rusk County, which now there's a tornado warning that does include Panola County.
Did you
So
see
that
us? I
is
didn't see us
extended.
that time.
Still ways out, but if you're here, again, heads
Hate
up.
'em.
The storm's headed your
Hey,
direction.
Jenny,
Tornado
how do you
warning
say
is
Texarkana?
out. Again, the most dangerous part of this storm,
Texarkana.
as
He
I'm
said
looking at it from radar
Texarkana.
perspectives, again, the circulation is fairly significant, showing up south of Henderson right now,
Don't say Texarkana.
and also perhaps
Texarkana.
maybe a little north of Henderson.
Texarkana.
We're seeing something as well, showing up there.
Texarkana.
But
Texarkana.
tornado warning does include you now in Panola County Again, anywhere from Carthage to Beckville to Tatum.
I forgot how they pronounced
So
it
you need to
on a
be
video
into
somewhere else.
Tornado.
How do other folks pronounce
That part of
Texarkana?
County. Again, the
Tex-
most dangerous part of the storm
Tex-
look
yeah.
at Lakeville, working its way off
Texarkana.
east. In fact, Austin, let's kind of
It's
back
not
up maybe
Texarkana.
slightly and track this into Panola
It's
County. You know exactly
Texarkana.
when it is going to be arriving.
Texas,
Anywhere from
Arkansas,
Carthage,
Louisiana. Texarkana. I don't know. Texarkana.
and there's Carthage, so coming up a little bit more than 30 minutes, 35 minutes or so. It'll be in that general area.
Look at that blowing rain.
By 9:44. Again, starting to see things transition, or at least in some areas, to a line of storms. That's a little more favorable for perhaps some strong wind gusts along the line. A little less favorable for these more
Bloomberg,
significant
Texarkana,
damaging tornadoes,
Falk.
although you can still get a quick spin up happening with some of that. So that's what we're watching right now. And hopefully, even though severe thunderstorms with strong winds can be
I don't think we
damaged,
exist on this map.
we're maybe not looking at quite the high-end wind that I think we've seen out of some of these storms that have been rolling through and producing tornadoes here for parts of the Arklatex. But this is what we got going on right now. We're still waiting in northwest Louisiana, but keep in mind we cover a large area, approximately 25,000 square miles. East
Look, there's
Texas,
Belcher.
northwest Louisiana, and Curtin County in Oklahoma. But Shreveport, Bossier, things do remain quiet, but we're watching the storm again moving through Panola County. If it were to continue and
Tidal.
maintain some sort of circulation, eventually
Kilgore, Longview,
Put that
Gladewater,
up here in southern parts of Harrison County. Still
Marshall.
well-defined circulation. We're just
Hallsville.
not seeing indications, at least, that there's a tornado that is imminent out of this storm. But this is the one main concern tornado-wise. If you're in southwest Arkansas, the concern, at least for the moment, is going to be for the possibility of some strong, damaging wind gusts coming.
Tornado that went through New Boston, and they said that they saw green transformer flashes. Now this is our most recent. Of course, I showed you the damage in Paris, but now that we have video in New Boston of the damage there, we have a picture of the tornado that likely did it.
Hey, speaking of, as we continue to look at that shot right there, I don't know if we can take it full. I've got on the phone with me Lance Hall, Bowie County Emergency Management Director. We were just talking about that. We're looking at, Mr. Hall, thanks for joining us. We're looking at that tornado. Well, that's damage that we're looking at out of another area right there on your screen for those watching at home. That's out of Lamar County. But we have the Bowie County Emergency Management Director. Lance, talk to me. I know I-30 got part of it back open. I know earlier
Oh,
in the morning,
man.
We've got a lot of trees, pine trees down, and power lines on I-30 between the Highway 8 exit and the US 82 exit in the eastbound lanes. Currently, TxDOT's there removing as fast as they can, but they're also working around power lines. We've got some houses damaged off of State Highway 98 back toward the
98.
1840 area, and on further south of that toward the Sims, we've got some other damage. We're still trying to assess the damage north of New Boston.
So you've got it, I know you're checking out southwest, that Highway 98, 1848, I think you said, that is southwest of New Boston. And you're also making your way out northwest of New Boston, just the path that tornado took. And just from the images that we're seeing in the building, in fact, the video we're showing on air right now is our storm tracker just went down I-30 a short time ago. We can see all the first responders and the trees down along the interstate. Any word of what may have been hit northwest of the city?
No, it tracked that way. We do know there's some trees down some roads. We're just trying to go through and assess everything. We've not gotten any report of any injuries north of New Boston right now.
Hey, before we cut you loose, what's